Hi guys, good morning, Louis here, and welcome back to Acorn Hill. It's early in the morning and I wanted to go outside and do some random maintenance chores in the front yard. July and August is the time when different things just kind of lull in the garden. There's not much active growing going on apart from weeds, which is one of the tasks that I wanted to do today. I want to also tackle the front bed of our property that I needed to maintain because I have some weed seeds that are popping up. So it's going to be a hot day. Go outside early on so I can do for today. Why don't you come along and join me? All right, we'll see you soon. All right, so first among the things that I need to do today is these are dahlias that I planted in pots. When I first had them, they were healthily growing in a bigger pot, all of them. I have about 12 individual dahlias here, but what happened was after 2 weeks they started rotting and I needed to save all the rhizomes, and so I gathered up some disposable pots and some regular pots, and what I did was just place them in there in the hopes that they would grow. The dahlias are very thirsty plants, and keeping them while they are in pots in the heat of North Carolina has become very challenging for me because these are not on drip. So I know the lighting right now is kind of weird because we're facing the morning sun. So what I'm gonna do is slowly remove these dahlias off their pot. I'm gonna save the rhizomes, gonna tidy this up, cure and dry the rhizomes for next year. They've really done their bit for the year, but it's not gonna be good to keep them anymore because they're drying up and they're withering in these pots. So that's what first thing that I will do. The other thing that I wanted to do today is to trim off these offshoot crepe myrtle branches that have grown from the base of the plant. These suckers just grew from roots that are trying to tap out and grow out from the main plant. This is a different crepe myrtle. This is one of two that we have. Look at all those unruly, unnecessary suckers that have grown out from the base, and these I'm just gonna use loppers and clippers and take them out. Problem that I have that I wanted to address this morning. Look at all these weird seeds that are growing on in the cracks of the driveway. I don't know if you guys know the name of this, but look how that thing has grown. It is a jungle of little weeds, unnecessary plants that are all over. I always joke about my lawn because my lawn isn't the best. It's one of those cookie cutter lawns that the builder did. But look at all that. And it is very unsightly, so I'll do my best to just take out an edge at least. And this part of the lawn, hydrangeas. That's the full hedge of hydrangea. I think it's 16, 18, and I planted 2, so there may be 20 individual hydrangeas in this big hedge. The look of the hydrangea is not being served well by this overpowering amount of weeds. Just look how healthy all these softwood branches from the hydrangea have grown, and these are perfect for propagating. So I'll probably take, usually when I do this I start shaping the plant, but this would be a perfect candidate down in the back. Able to remove all of the suckers that have grown at the base of this planting bed. But in doing so, look what I discovered. An anthill right over here that's now slowly making its way and form an anthill, but that's a definite sign that I've got some ants. So I'm gonna have to treat that organically. I'll show you what I do for it, because I don't use a whole lot of chemicals here. Very effective way to get rid of ants. But so far things are looking good. So far, guys, if you know the name of this weed, I have no idea what this weed is called. They almost look like those sensitive plants or makahiya in the Philippines, and look how invasive they've become. That entire front yard is covered by this nasty weed. Now if you look at the garden bed out there on the front, that section right there on the left is what I need to take care of, that one, because we have all of this taller growth coming up, as well as on the back. And I'm sure for certain along the front of that garden bed I have that prominently growing as well, if not in the garden bed. I may use a product, an organic product called Buhay, to spray the entire front yard for now. I think it is non-selective, meaning it will just kill the weed. I'm about to do a major lawn renovation anyway from scratch in the fall, so if it kills the grass, I probably have 10% grass at this point, at the rate this thing is growing right now. Just as I suspected, not only is it growing fast and furious right along the side of the garden bed, it is now on the garden bed, because look at that, it is smothering my euonymus. Look at this, it's become an ornamental lull. So I'm going to clean this up and see what I can do, and maybe fertilize my urn with petunia annuals on top of it. So we have a lot to do today. There's a lot that I'm hand pulling right now. One would think nice edge right along this side of this nice garden bed. So the next thing I need to do today, this morning, is to make sure that we apply diatomaceous earth and on the anthill that was forming already right beside the crepe myrtle along the front. Diatomaceous earth is an organic product, and it kills, you can see it over here, it can kill roaches, ants, silverfish, haven't seen those yet, beetles, and other crawling insects. What it does is it covers the entire exoskeleton of these bugs, and when they do solidify and when they harden, the minute they start moving, everything cracks open, everything gets dislodged and dislocated, and that kills the insect. So organic product, no chemicals, lasts within 24 hours of contact. Now it's good for you to make sure that when you apply this, there's no rain or your sprinkler system isn't on timer, because that's going to wash away the powder, and we don't want that wasted. In other cases, I'll talk to you about the other options later on. It's 7 o'clock at night. Still very hot and sunny here in North Carolina. I have one garden chore that I wanted to do tonight. I've waited this time because of the heat and the sun, but let me show you what I'm about to do. I went to Walmart this morning, and we found these Ipomoea sweet potato vine that are on sale. They used to be $3.22 when we got these per can for $1.21. There you go, you see the savings there. They're not too bad. They were very moist in the can when we got them, and they're fast growers. I put them in a pot, Ruby Glow hydrangea. Let me show you what I've got going on over there. I've been lazy for the last 2 weeks that I keep forgetting putting in mulch on top of the pot. Alright, what I have over here is a Fire Light Hydrangea that I planted in a plastic whiskey barrel pot. An interesting story about this Firelight was that it was given to me by a grower, one that I've had a very good relationship with over the years. The Firelight Hydrangea is part of the Panicle series of hydrangeas that are hardy, deciduous, which means they die back in the winter. They require little maintenance and produce reliable, long-lasting blooms. Planted in this wide plastic pot, without anything planted at the base of the hydrangea, all planting composition looks incomplete. My plan here is to plant 3 sweet potato vines that over time, with proper watering and with heat, will overflow and cover the top of this pot. A handful of the Espoma Biotone starter fertilizer in each hole will make sure that the potato vines will get a good head start. And there you have it, guys, another weekend filled with a lot of gardening chores. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already for more content coming up. Thanks again for hanging out with me here in the backyard, the front yard, and pretty much all over the property today. This is Louie signing off for now, and we'll see you back here in Acorn Hill.